All right, man. All right. Welcome to the daily trade analysis. Actually, today's Wednesday. We actually wanted to jump in a market and to see, how the market is actually, going on at the moment. And as what we always do, first of all, is to understand in terms of the fundamental that are actually, happening at the moment. And then once we understand the fundamental, now we're going to identify where we can find the volatility. And once we identify the pairs where we can find the volatility, that's where we can be able to go and try to analyze the intraday movement, or whether you can say, a swing movement, or whether you can say a day trader movement. So yeah, that's what we actually, do every day, trying to, bringing a little bit of analyzing of the trades and to see if people, they can see the opportunity or they can be able to learn through those analysis. And then, it's all good. Then people, they can benefit from those analysis. So without wasting time, let's just jump in and to see how actually, the high impact volatility we have today. In fact, this week has been a very, very interesting week in terms of a lot of things has been happening. One of the big things that has been happening, it's dropping of earnings of the company from US. So we see companies like Google, Alphabetical, Pfizer, Amazon actually releasing their, the fourth quarter earnings report. And these are actually the companies that are listed under instrument like NASDAQ, under instrument like a US30. So it's very important to understand that once these guys, they're not making money in terms of their earning report, and then it will affect the stock market in a platform or in a stock exchange. When it comes to Forex, it means it will affect the pair that you trade. That is, these companies are listed. One of the companies as well is, Tesla. They actually brought the negative results in terms of the earnings in the fourth quarter. So in terms of the high instrument, movements, today on Wednesday, 31st of Jan, we're seeing LAM on Sydney session. There was Australian dollar consumer price index. I think the, Australian dollar also, they had a high impact of volatility and all correlated instrument on that. So we're going to check it out, Australian dollar, to see how it reacted. Moving on 3:30 a.m. also, there was Chinese manufacturing PMI, which is also one of the high impact volatility, news that drives instrument like, Japanese 225 or Japanese yen. Again, today we have also from German, it's the German CPI. So again, maybe we should look into German 30 and try to see how the German 30 is actually, trying to perform. Later on, we're going to see the ADP non-farm employment change. These are non-farm employment change that comes before the NFP, before the non-farm payroll. So employment change is coming on around 3:30 from US. Again, there's a Canadian GDP. So Australian dollar, Canada, Chinese, they're having high impact volatility all the way to 9:30 p.m. where there's FOMAC press conference. So every time when there's a FOMAC press conference, we always see, high impact volatility, because these are the press conference. It's about an hour long and has parts of first preparation statement in read. Then the conference is open with the questions. The reason why the traders, they care about this, because of it's among the primary method that the Fed uses to communicate with the investors regarding the monetary policy. So, the monetary policy, when they're actually releasing, that's where you hear the interest rate, whether it's hiking or reducing. Once it hikes, it affects your actually, pocket, because of most of things, they're going to be able maybe to rise up with the price a little bit. All right. So let's not wasting time. Let's jump in. Maybe first of all, we can try to look to the first instrument was Australian dollar. Let's see Australian dollar versus United States, USD, AUD, USD. All right. As we can see on a time frame right there, it's sitting on a 1 hour time frame, and already we can see the high impact volatility movement. This is what is just happening very, very, very recently. Now, I think maybe an hour or 2 hours ago. And again, it shows you the little bit of volatility where the market is actually going. So because of the news, it's already done. And then the volatility that are coming in, we're going to just look into the intraday movement that we can actually, enter. So that is why I'm putting the time frame on 1 hour, but I'm not putting it on 4 hour. So identifies the highest position, identifies the lowest position as well. We can see it breaks a little bit, goes all the way down, but this was a forced breakout. So already the market has already trying to get to the position of 0.66042. So that's the high position that the market is anticipating. I think it will be on a range until maybe later on the volatility starting to come down. So target 0.42. That's pretty much the targets that I'm anticipating in terms of Australian dollar, USD, AUD, USD, to push the price all the way to this level. Here, pretty much it might be a buy position according to the way I'm actually analyzing it, or the way I'm seeing it. So this is a buy position. It's actually breaking this level. There's no way that I think it will turn back. Even if we go on a 15 minutes, this is the time that you can actually execute. You can see clearly it goes all the way up. There's a higher possibility that it can even break all the way to this level. Yes. So it might try to get to this level. But another point there is you can monitor to see that is it going to reverse or break this position and touch 0.66238. So 0.66238, it's a higher possibility of a take profit that Australian dollar versus United States can go, which is very good pips. You can get a very good pips if you can enter at particular moment, go with it all the way to the top. So yeah, that's about Australian dollar. Another instrument that we actually trying to see because of the volatility, we can check in terms of there was a news from China, so let's just check United States versus Japanese yen. Again, we can see the volatility there. The reason why we are jumping in these trades because of it correlate with that fundamental news that we see, because we are looking for volatility, guys. If there's no volatility, what's the point for you to spending so much time in a market while the instrument is not moving? So we can see already by putting the market on a 1 hour, we can see again clear the movement that just happened recently, maybe an hour ago. So we're going to enter again with an intraday movement, again, just to see if we cannot snipe on these ones, or if we cannot intraday on this one. The most important is actually understand, where you enter your position, and understand where the market has been actually, play around for some time. So we can see that the trade is actually trying to drop the position to 147, but there's a higher possibility that it can push the price to 146. It's because of, if you can see, it forms a little bit of a head and shoulder. There's a certain shoulder that you can see, there's a head that you can see on top, and there's a shoulder that you can see on other side. Maybe also just to identify these positions. Okay, so you can see there, I'm thinking that it's a shoulder. Again, I'm seeing here as another shoulder, guys. It's another shoulder. And then identify this position as a head, right? Now, clearly, if I'm following the rules of head and shoulder, the possibility of the market goes all the way to this take profit. So the highest TP right now, TP, I think it's 146.735. So that's pretty much a dollar versus Japanese yen. I'm anticipating to get to the highest level of 146.73 somewhere around there. Now you can see those shoulders has disappeared, but we can try to bring it a little bit there so that it can be a little bit visible. Here we go. Now, if you look at even on at 15 minutes, it already shows you the double top, right? The double top. Again, it's another identification that the market is dropping all the way to this price, all the way down. So yeah, that's a clear signal there, or clear analysis that you can jump in right now immediately. If you watch this video, if you're watching it today on the 31st of Jan, you can jump in and actually trying to participate on the United States versus Japanese yen instrument at particular time. So yeah, that's another instrument that we analyze again based on the volatility news that comes. And there's another, the whole day of, CPI from German. So maybe if we're trying to look for German 30, let's try to look for German 30, GER30, and let's see how GER30 is actually, performing at particular time. All right. So again, German 30 is sitting at 16,982, as a price at particular time. I can already see some couple of, entry point that you can enter and be able to collect some money. So again, from 1 hour's intraday, we actually identifies the positions where the market has been actually, spending a little bit of time. So already I'm seeing, I don't see the markets. I don't see, but I'm actually seeing the price of German 30 to drop, right? And these can be the highly identifications of your take profit, and at the same time trying to monitor it, because I cannot say I don't see it to drop all the way to this level. Because of it's actually consumer price index from German, consumer price index from German. So if the consumer price index drop, loses the momentum, and then we can see the German 30 move, push the price all the way to, even 16,795. So to be on the safe side, right? So that you shouldn't get so much excitement. Put here take profit one, right? Because the more excitement in the markets, the problem it become 16,874. Okay, hashtag one. So we put this price as a TP1. Let's see the way it actually giving us. When you go to 30 minutes, it's here. Here, it's gonna be a TP2. I'm thinking 16,874. Okay. What is it now? TP2, 16,874. Okay. We get it? No? No? Okay. If we don't get it now, then I forget. All right. This is actually what you should just, identify it as the TP2, right? What is this? Okay. Ah, okay. Whatever, man. So this is it, because we're going to spend a lot of time without even getting to the point. So this is the TP2, where you can identify this position as a TP2. But if you look at it here, there's another TP3, 16,650 and 51. You can use that one as actually TP number 3. But what is most important is to identify that once the market get to your TP1, you have an option to close it and take your profit, or you have an option, another option to add more trades, close the first one, add a new trades to enroll to the TP2. That's how you make money. You don't just leave money when you already make the profit. Take that profit, enter another position, push that position a little bit, because you increase your margin now once you are actually, enter, that position. And once you close the actually, the specific trade, that it was already in a profit. So that was, GER30. The other instrument that we always, like to, make sure that we look into it, it's US30 and NASDAQ. Those ones, because a lot of people, they like to trade US30 and NASDAQ. So we're going to check it out. First of all, let's jump in and check it out on the NASDAQ. In terms of how the earnings has been actually coming out, that is why we're seeing this trade, because I was analyzed this trade, I think it was day before yesterday. So let me just remove this so that we can start all together, because I knew that it will drop to this position. Now, do we think the market will go all the way here, or the market will recover and goes all the way up? According to a dollar, the way it's standing at the moment, it's been dropping. It actually even gapped here. I don't think the market goes all the way up there when it comes to, NASDAQ, but I think it might goes above, up a little bit. So this is where I think it might go. So I'm thinking that this is actually a buy position. So this is what I'm thinking, that it's a buy position. Obviously, there's a little bit of a gap. It will want to actually, recover this gap and goes up a little bit, but again, it will continue dropping. If you look at it on a bigger time frame, that's where you can see that the NASDAQ, actually, the way things are actually happening, it might drop. And from, I think, tomorrow, Thursday, there's a Federal Reserve actually that are actually speaking. And again, today, there's a FOMAC, US FOMAC, that are actually also having a press conference. So the news that they will bring, if it is positive, it will drive NASDAQ and the US30 to go all the way to 17,600. For now, we are hoping that the possibility is to get to 17,493. So that's the TP there. Okay. So that's our TP. Again, if you're confident enough, you can put also another second TP there from 17,616. What it does is that, again, as I always say, monitor your trades if it gets to the first TP, because that's where you can actually close the trade or enroll more trade to make a better profit or more profit in a single one move. You don't need to have so many trades in accounts from different trades. You can just manage your trades. You put 2 trades, let it get to the profit. Once it get to the profit, if you see it's breaking above, and then enter another maybe 2 trades, close the first one, let the other one to reach to the next higher possible position. The last one, it's US30. Right now, US30, it's already shooting up, and I'm not sure what makes it the reason now that US30 start going all the way up, while on NASDAQ is actually, pushing. It's actually dropped yesterday, and now it's starting to push the price up. So as I see now, US30, it's actually going all the way up. Do we think it will go, above 38,499? Or there's a higher possibility that this one, it will retrace a little bit? The way I think, it might retrace a little bit to to 38,288, just a little bit, you know, a 10 back because of yesterday. It actually performed not normal, not the way it actually, you know, supposed to perform. I don't know, it's because of the earnings, because of most of the companies that they were dropped in terms of the earnings, they're listed on a NASDAQ, and again, they're listed in the S&P 500. So I don't know if US30 was not, you know, affected because of they're not listed under US30. That's why we see them going all the way to positive, because of maybe some of the companies that are under US30, their earnings, they become, they release the positive earnings report. So yeah, just hoping a little bit of tracement to 38,288. Again, once it retrace, and then it will wait for NASDAQ to actually reach the position that we're talking about, and then it will start again, goes all the way up. So a couple of trades there that you can actually enter in a market and be able to actually, you know, trade and participate in a global financial forex market. So yeah, man, pretty much that's what I actually prepared, guys, for you today. Yeah, thank you very much for actually tuning in. I'm really appreciating, and then keep subscribing this thing, share with other guys. It's actually absolutely free knowledge. I mean, in terms of, you know, the trading, you're learning about the news, you're learning about the fundamental, you're learning the correlation between the fundamentals and the technical analysis, and be able to interpret in a market and, you know, start, you know, trading. So thank you very much for tuning in. Keep watching, keep subscribing. Thank you.